Hey you guys, it's Tonya, and this is going to probably be a very lengthy video, so grab a cup of tea, cup of coffee, whatever it happens to be, and sit back and watch the show. But this is my travel journal from CHA. Look at how thick, chunky monkey it is. The papers that were used in the background I designed, and they are, you know, probably covered up mostly in here, so you're probably not going to get a really good look at them. But the cover, what I decided to do was I used my Bind-It-All, and I didn't want to see these ugly O-rings, so I covered it with this beautiful vintage lace that I got in a swap from Anne-Marie from Annie's Stamping Quarter, so thank you Anne-Marie for that. And the embellishments that are on the cover, this is a Prima resin piece, and then these are Prima flowers, and this is a Tim Holtz clock with a pen nib. So the pen nib says thoughts, which I thought was appropriate for a journal. And before we get started, I just want to say a special, extra special thank you to Amy from Teddy Boo, because she allowed me to go to CHA with her under her business name, and we had the best time. We just had a great time, and I just want to thank her for that, because I couldn't have gone if it hadn't have been for her, and I just, you know, again, she's just an absolute sweetheart. So thank you, Amy. I had a blast, and I definitely feel like I have a sister now for life. So the reason I want to show you guys this is because if you plan ahead when you go on a trip and you make one of these journals and you take it with you, it just makes it's so much fun. Because what I found was I would collect up make and takes and things like that, and this gave me a place for me to trap those things. Receipts, make and takes, documents I needed to hang on to, like parking ticket things, and this just gave me a really great environment for that. So when I got back, it was just a natural thing to print the pictures and stick them in this book, because all my notes were there, all of my thoughts were there. You know, so you guys, if you don't do this, this is the first trip where I actually had the album made before I left, and it made a huge difference. I just took with me, actually, because I was going on a plane, I didn't want to take any adhesive, so what I did was when we got there, I bought some adhesive. I took some washi tape with me, and I packed a small pair of scissors into my luggage so that I could, you know, cut things apart. Just a small pair. It didn't, you know, nothing big, just a little pair. And it made a huge difference. Glue sticks are good. For me in Florida, glue sticks don't stick too well. So if you are in an environment where glue sticks, you know, stick for you, then make a little teeny tiny supply list. What I did was I got one of those little cosmetic bags that was little, and I just put the stuff in there so that it would all be together. So there's my tip. So let's get started. Now, as a disclaimer, there are some pages that have post-it notes over them, and that's because it's either personal information that I don't want shared on video, or business cards with names of people that I make contacts with, and I'm not sure I have permission to share that information yet. So I've covered it with post-it notes. So let's get started. On this side, this was the Prima Make and Take. This was a tag. It's a good 8 inches long, and these are the new stamps, the doll stamps. So for you Miss Mixed Media artists, you are going to love these stamps. They're so beautiful. I love that the girls aren't scary. Now, they don't have faces, but if it doesn't take much to draw a little face on her if you'd like. You can do it with your Copic markers. You could definitely color these with your Copic markers, so I love them. But they are very big, so I don't know that it would fit on a standard card. But I do love these. Now, Flamingo Scraps had posted today that they are going to do a pre-order on these stamps, so if you're interested in these, get in touch with Suzanne and let her know that you want to order them. On this page, we went to Remember When as our first stop, and we met let's see, this is Tonya, the Evil Scrapper, Carla S001, this is me, and this is Amy. So we got to meet each other, and I got to go to Remember When. Remember When was so much fun. And then this is a receipt that has my credit card information on it, so I don't really want you guys to see that. But notice how I just used the washi tape to tape everything down. Super fun. Then on this page, these are the pictures from the Prima booth. So this was how I did it. I took my photos up into Photoshop, and then I made a collage print that was 4 pictures in a row, or 4 rows, and then 3 columns of pictures. So they printed out kind of small. My idea on this is that later on I'll show you, I have a CD in here so that if I want to reference a picture, all of the pictures are on the DVD that's in the back of the book. So all I have to do is pull that out and reference it. So that's a thought. Now, to take advantage of the real estate, because obviously this book's only going to go so far, and I took thousands of pictures, what I decided to do was to mount them into the book with washi tape and do this waterfall kind of effect. You know, so that I could get multiple layers on a page. This is a great way if you are, you know, doing travel journals and things like that. This is a great way to include a lot of pictures at one time. And so over here, lots of inspiration in the Prima booth, lots of things that I want, obviously. I got to meet Carrie and Frank, so I took a picture with them. I kind of stalked Frank a little bit, so it kind of scares him, I think. Anyway, then on this page, this is the Meyer Road booth, and lots of inspiration there. So again, I just did these like waterfall kind of pictures, and then there's my paper in the background. Then I got to meet the super fabulous Heidi Swap. Who doesn't love her? Oh my goodness, so fun. She is such a sweetheart and had, you know, just had a great time in her booth. And the Pink Paisley girls. So she autographed my book. It was so fun to meet her. Then on this page, we have the, this is the Jilly Bean Soup booth. And she just has the best card set up. I mean, like, if you want to make a card, I think her paper collection is where it's at, because it's very clean. It goes well with craft paper. Most of her stuff has a craft kind of background to it. She is a doll, an absolute doll. We got to hang out with her for a little while. And then, you know, again, just did the waterfalls here so that I could open up. And I can go in and make additional notes on here too if I choose to. But I love the way her booth was set up. Very country styled with the galvanized tin in the back. I love how this door was. It had this wire going across and had cards hanging on it, which is a great way to display cards that you get from your friends. Also, country seems to be in this year. I'm seeing a lot of country stuff whenever I flip through. Of course, it's vintage, but also a lot of really country kind of motifs and things. Then, of course, this is the ideology booth, and it's scattered throughout this entire book, all over everywhere. I had an extra hole because I took so many pictures in there. You guys, Tim Holtz's booth was just ginormous. It took up, like, I would say at least 2/3 of a row. I mean, it was just ginormous. So this is one of his new dies that he's coming out with, these little viewfinder reels, and I have to tell you, I'm super excited about it because I believe that the index prints that you get when you go print out the entire like roll of film or whatever, the index prints that they give you will fit inside these little reels, which I had one of these as a child. I had thousands of those reels. I wish I still had them, but I don't. And I cannot wait to get my hands on that die. So I took pictures of some of the things that he had made in his booth using that. This is the Adorn It booth, and I just put all the pictures inside this little, I have business cards in this little flap, so I just filled it with the pictures from the Adorn It booth. Then this is my ID badge, and then this is Amy and I waiting in line, waiting to get to go in. And then of course this is, I just took a picture, an aerial picture of all the people in line. It was ginormous, ginormous. Then on this side there's Mr. Timmy himself. I did not wait in line to do his make and take. I will confess to you that there were thousands of people in line, and I was not willing to waste the time to do that because I just kind of felt like there was so much there to see, and it being my first time, I didn't want to spend all my time standing in a line. So I had the privilege of being in one of his classes before, so I just went on. I know people will think I'm crazy, but this is the Lucky 8 punch, but this is the mini Lucky 8 punch. The paper in the background here is from We Are Memory Keepers, and then this is a Cherry Lynn design make and take that we did. They just showed us how to use the different die systems to cut their dies, which was great, and I love this paper. It's so thick, it's a good heavy stock, and it's just a really fun paper. I love the ledgers in the background. Then in the Prima booth, I got to meet the wonderful Jamie, and I got a picture with her. I'm a huge fan of hers. There's one of her pieces of art, and so I had to, document that experience. Then I had these envelopes throughout to kind of trap receipts and things like that in here. So I decided that the Sizzix booth was as ginormous as the Tim Holtz booth. So I decided to just take the highlights. I love how they have this. Oh, so cute. Print out these pictures and then just place them inside this envelope for, reference. Sizzix has so many dies coming out this year that I don't think you could own every one of them. You'd go broke. But definitely a big release for Sizzix, so you guys look for that. They have a lot of 3D pop-out card dies. One of my favorites was this mason jar, and I'm telling you, almost every booth had mason jars of some kind. They're very popular. They're going to be really hot this year. More Tim Holtz ideology. This was the make and take from Cosmo Cricket, and the salmon-y, pinky, peachy color is going to be very hot this year. Also, the new black, I think, is like more of a smoky gray, kind of medium gray tone. This year, it's not going to be, you're going to see a lot of grays in a lot of paper collections, but you're not going to have a lot of black. You're just not going to see a lot of them. And then, of course, I took my Starbucks sleeve and made a little pocket there. On this one, this is more Tim Holtz ideology, and it opens up this way. One thing I did get to do while I was there is learn the proper way to use my Bind It All, because you guys know I'm Bind It All challenged. So once I master this and feel like I have a good grasp of it, I will share with you guys. And this is a self-inking stamp that's in the movie reel kind of thing. I loved this, and I talked to Flamingo Scraps, and she said that she will, order them in if enough people are interested in them. I'm thinking about including them in a kit one month. This is one of the many beautiful dress forms that were at the show. Absolutely gorgeous. And then Diane in the Ranger booth, and you guys know she's a mixed media artist and absolutely fabulous. Delusional paints are just I love them. They're so vibrant and rich and so full of pigment. But anyway, I took a picture of this journal page that she was making. Also, this little school bus was on there on the display when she was creating. It reminds me of the Magic School Bus. And then there's a picture of her teaching. And then on this page, we have the Faber-Castell design memory keeper make and take. And we used a couple of their different mediums to make that. Super cute. And then in the Jilly Bean booth, we made these little name tags, and they were on clothespins. So I just took the clothespin off and put it on my page here. And then Maya Road booth had these little stickers, so I put a picture of the Maya Road booth here because I'd already put it in here in the back. Then on this side, this was a make and take that we did in the Hampton Art booth, but Jilly Bean was doing it. So they were taking a picture of me making the make and take, and she photobombed. So she is so much freaking fun, guys. She is so fun. And we had the best time doing her make and take. Really, a lot of fun. Great lady. And I love her style. It's very clean, and it's very simple, and it's perfect for cards. Very clean. And then Mike Hampton, he was an absolute hoot. He said, "It is the Jill from the Jilly Bean," and he just was just a hoot. So I made him sign my envelope here, and then I took some pictures of some stamps. Hampton Arts has partnered with Sizzix. So it's Hampton Arts, Sizzix, and then a lot of your other manufacturers to bring you these wafer die stamps that match the major distributor collections. They've among the list, and I probably won't get them all right, but we have Graphic 45, obviously, Seven Gypsies, Jilly Bean has some. I don't know. There's just there's a bunch of them, and I think at this show it was pretty prevalent that a lot of these companies are going with stamps plus wafer dies. So you guys look out for those. That's a good investment, especially it just takes away the whole fussy cutting thing. Then over here we have the EK Success booth, and they had this super cute wall set up for the Smash products from K & Company. Mustaches were another popular thing that were everywhere. And then they had a photo booth set up with the Insta photos, and Amy's holding the sign that says, "I'm the glitter," because you all guys know how I feel about glitter. And then I put, "I'm the glue." And then in the background, this is the new Martha Stewart doily punch. And it's big. It's like 6 inches. So I folded it in half and put it in here to make a pocket so I could include it. And then these paper clips were actually being given away at another booth. So I just used them in here. And like I said before, it really made a great place to trap some of these little bitty things that people were giving away in the make and takes that we were doing. More Tim Holtz ideology, of course, on this page. And so I just did the waterfalls again with the washi tape. And then on this side, here's some more. I just, again, did the waterfalls. Then when we were working on, or one morning we ordered a bagel, and I got this glassine bag that had like sugar for coffee and stuff like that in it. So I folded it in half. It was clean. I folded it in half and used it in here as a pocket to trap additional pictures of inspiration from the Tim Holtz booth. So they're in there. And I may try and find a paper clip to kind of keep it closed so they don't fall out. Then on this page, oh, so much fun playing in the Seven Gypsies booth again. There you go with the mustaches again. Canvas Corp. This mustache was made from corrugated cardboard from Canvas Corp, which is super cool. And then, of course, loved the Seven Gypsies products. I love them. And then I got to meet this fabulous lady who is Anna, and she's one of my subbies, and she gives the best hugs ever. If you ever need a hug and you know Anna, go see Hannah because she gives the best hugs. Then, of course, I met Joe, Paper Drama, who also takes the best photos ever, because the new photo that you guys have been like raving over up at the top, look up at the top, it's my profile picture. Yeah, Joe took it. Thank you, Joe. Joe also hosted me for a day and took me around, and we went shopping and went to breakfast. It was so nice. So thank you, Joe. I really appreciated it. We had a great time getting to know each other. And then this is just a receipt where Joe took me to the post office because I had all these catalogs and I couldn't carry them. There was just so much stuff. So we packed it into a box and mailed it at the post office. And then this is the ticket for parking at the convention center. And then this is the envelope. 1 second in innovation at the show. I don't really know what won first place, but they won second. Envelope maker to die for. Guys, if you do not have one of these, contact Flamingo Scraps. Get on the order list right now. They're shipping sometime mid-March, February, somewhere around there. I don't even remember when they're shipping. But gotta have it. Got to have it. It makes little bitty envelopes to great big envelopes. Also, everything you need to do to make the envelope is right there on the board. And the board is only that big. It's not very big. So it's probably about the size of this book. Measurements, there's over 60 measurements on this board, so you don't even have to do any measuring. Like, they do all the work for you. The punch for making this round piece here is on the board. There's a bone folder. Super cool. And again, this paper is from We Are Memory Keepers. So, and they're $19.99. And I think Flamingo Scraps was pre-ordering them for like $15 or something. I don't know. So get in on that while you can. And then Webster's Pages has these glassine bags, and this was part of their like little giveaway at their booth. So it had candy in it. So I took one. This color, there it is again, that salmony, pinky, peach color. It's everywhere. Cute booth. They had some really cute stuff in there. So I took some pictures of that and put it in here. Arrows are also another thing that are super hot right now. Chevrons, of course, but now you're going to see them with some different patterns in them, not just, you know, the typical chevron. And then on this page, this is the Graphic 45 booth, and who doesn't get inspired being in their booth? I mean, it's just fabulous. And then here we go, me and Amy playing dress up in the Graphic 45 booth. So fun. And again, just kept those all open so I could see my paper. Vacutainer, or is it? No, I always say Vacutainer. It's a Viewtainer, excuse me. If you guys haven't seen these yet, let me see if I've got a close-up picture of them. These are awesome containers that Tracy sells. Look at those. And they're very nice for organizing your craft stuff. They're compact, they're lightweight. They have these little slits in the top that when you put the stuff in them, they're trapped there, and then when you squeeze it, they pop out. So you have to squeeze it to get it to open up. So I actually put in an order for a ginormous amount of these for my husband for his contract business. But anyway, I'll hold anything from school supplies to pens to, you know, a lot of your mixed media art, you know, gelatos and things like that, they'll all fit in here. So if you're looking for a storage solution, go check them out. This little bag that's here on the side, we stayed at the DoubleTree, and you guys know that they're famous for a cookie every day. So I went down to the desk and got a empty cookie container, because you know chocolate melts in the cookie. So I got a clean one, and I used it for a little pocket here because I was noticing that I was getting a lot of brochure-y kind of things, and I was putting them in here. Then this is my parking ticket at the parking pass at the DoubleTree. And then on this side, this was the Tattered Angels booth. Look at how cool this is. Of course, you guys know how much I love these systems, and I've been sharing with you guys the systems and how to use them. So go look at previous videos. This is the Rusty Metal, which I did yesterday, and this is the Hickory. So go check it out. And then this was the Lucky 8 punch from We Are Memory Keepers, and I kept the Make and Take again and just used it as a pull-out flap for more pictures. And then the pictures that are on this page are the Brenda Walton dies for Sizzix. And look, they're these cute little teacups that you could put pin cushions and things like that in. Super cute for bridal showers or tea parties that you're having with your little princesses. And then of course there's these little slippers that are like 6 inches. They're so tiny. I was surprised at how tiny they are. But those are her new dies with Sizzix. And look at how pretty her booth was. I mean, it was gorgeous. Let me see if I can get it. It was just absolutely gorgeous. So there was that. And then, of course, this was the view on the way into California from the window of the airplane. Everybody takes these cheesy shots, I'm sure. And then this was more of the Sizzix booth. Again, lots of inspiration here. So I just have it all trapped here. And then this was another envelope from the We Are Memory Keepers. I told you guys I love the envelopes. I'm loving it. So this was another one. Someone next to me was making it and just left it laying there. So I picked it up and used it. And this is the DVD that has all of the pictures from CHA on it. So it's all right here, stored in the book where it's kept. So if I want to reference anything at a larger size, I certainly can pretty easily. This is my airline tickets. I'm going to just kind of breeze through that pretty quick. On this side, this was actually something that I got from Fab Scraps. This is kind of like a little envelope mini that's little kit that they have that Lee Moore had shared with me. So I used one of them here. And then this is the super fabulous Janet, Amy, and I. So glad to meet her. So much talent. Go check out her channel to be inspired for life. I mean, honestly, if you're not a subby of Janet, you should be, Janet Coulter. So you'll have to go find her here on YouTube. Super awesome. And then this is just one of my envelopes, and it has some receipts in it. And almost every booth had a recipe theme this year of some kind. So I think even Prima had some. Well, no, theirs was sewing. But yeah, recipe things are going to be good this year. If you guys like to make recipe books, check out this season's releases. This was from Cosmo Cricket, and I love the whimsical look of this and how it's hand drawn. Just love it. Love it, love it. And I just recently did a recipe mini album. Go check it out on my couple of videos back for Teddy Boo, and this would have been perfect for that because I just love it. And then on this side, this is more from the Ideology booth. And I think this was over on the side with the Wendy Vecchi stuff. Loved it, loved it, loved it. And then, of course, it has the Mario Jr. New stamps that Tim released that have the architectural drawings for common objects, which are super cute. Great job on those. And then this is another one of the Fab Scraps mini book backgrounds. And, of course, who better to put there than the fabulous Lee Moore, who was doing a make and take in the Fab Scraps booth with Lindy's Stamp Gang, I believe. And then on this side, this is the Authentique, and it is the make and take that we did there. And I had this cute girl. We had a long conversation, and I took my picture with her, and then had her autograph it, since she was the one teaching me how to do the make and take. And she's one of their designers. Very nice young lady. We talked about her little girl. But anyway, it's like this little file folder thing. They were cute. And then on this side, again, like I said, wafer dies and stamps are super popular, but I think this set is going to be to die for, and this is doilies. Super cute. And Flamingo Scraps has already got on the waiting list for buying these as soon as they are available. So anyway, thank you guys for sharing my book with me. I hope I've given you some ideas for when you travel. It just made putting all of this together so simple. And there I have everything I need for, making my mini album. When I got home, it was all, right here, my thoughts, everything I needed. And printing out my pictures was easy to put them in. It just took me a couple hours to get those in there. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'm sorry it was so long, but please leave me comments. Love ya. Bye.